Hello, everybody. This is Catholic Dad, episode number 241, Jeffrey Epstein, the end of legitimate government. Well, this isn't exactly the end of legitimate government, but it may be the wake-up call for the body populace or in the body politic with the United States of America to realize that their government is not of the people, for the people, by the people, but their government is of special intelligence agencies, for intelligence agencies, and by special intelligence agencies, and big interests and big corporate interests. Just to fill you in, if you've been living under a rock for the last 2 months, Jeffrey Epstein is a man who's now dead, but he was a guy that essentially was part of a big ploy to entrap and ensnare rich, powerful people into sex games with underage girls and potentially grown women as well, so they could have blackmailable information, so people can control the flow of government, the control of revenue, the control of dollars, the control of decisions within America with regards to foreign policy, with regards to foreign aid, with regards to you name it. And so here's the deal. So there was this Epstein's Island, which is Pedo Island, they call it, Pedophilia Island or Orgy Island, where rich, powerful people, the Clintons being among them, were invited, and they would go to their to the island, and really bad things would happen with underage people there, and therefore they would be blackmailable. And there's a whole bunch of people behind the scenes in intelligence agencies that can now blackmail these people to do their political bidding for them. The problem is, nobody knows how many people have been to these islands, but it's literally in the hundreds of influential people. It's probably in big media. It's probably foreign dignitaries. It's probably, Hollywood. It's probably most of the political class that gains power in the United States of America. And once you have blackmailable information on somebody and they have no integrity, then they are blackmailable, and they will do the bidding of the blackmailer and not the bidding of the people that elected them to put them there. So Epstein's dead, right? Perhaps we'll never find out who's on the list. Maybe we will. I don't even know. The FBI apparently has a whole bunch of information on him, but I'll tell you what, who the heck can trust the FBI anymore? They were in charge of protecting the most wanted man in the history of the United States of America, and he ends up dead, which means the FBI is probably complicit in the whole thing. Which means, how the heck can you weed out the bad people from an organization that's probably filled with corrupt and bad people? This is called draining the swamp. So therefore, I think people in the United States of America better start waking up to this. If they, if the Epstein thing disappears forever, nobody ever reports on it again, and nobody ever gets any good information out about it, then you have to actually start realizing that potentially most of your congressmen, most of your senators, most of your people that receive tax dollars like Elon Musk or whatever else in big corporate, that they probably are part of the same scheme, and they're not working for the American people and the public treasury and whatever else, but they're working for large corporate interests over the American people. And therefore, if this Epstein thing goes away, I'm going to suggest something to people, that perhaps every politician in America needs to step down, and we need to elect a whole new class of people without any lobby groups at all, inexperienced young politicians that have virtually just some life experience, that are not tied up in government, not tied up in corporate contracting, not tied up in any of it, because how can we possibly know if the Epstein info comes out whether our Congress is working for us or not? And therefore, the end of legitimate government in America, if the people stop recognizing the authority of the people that rule them, which is Epstein trial. If you have an IQ of 80, you should be able to figure it out that your politicians are not working for you. They're working for the blackmailers, the deep state, and all the nefarious people behind the scenes. And who are they? Well, I think we know some of them, the Soroses of the world, and the Rothschilds of the world, and the Warburgs of the world, or whatever, the big monster bankers of the world. Those are probably some of them. I don't know, and maybe it's just maybe I'm just making that up. I don't know, but if they don't come to the bottom of this and they don't roll a lot of heads or get a lot of people out of government, then the legitimate ruling of the government in the United States of America will probably be over, and people that's a formula for chaos. It's a formula for anarchy. It's a formula for revolution, which is really, really, really bad. We don't want to end this American project. I think our country is quite great. It has a great future. But we need to clean up the deep state. We need to drain the swamp. The Epstein thing I thought was going to do it. I cannot believe they killed him under FBI watch in a prison or in a jail. It's amazing to me, which means probably even the FBI is part of it. Probably the jailers are part of it. A lot of people are part of this thing, and we need to clean up the deep state. And so that means drain the swamp, maybe elect no incumbents the next go round in any congressional or senatorial election. This is Catholic Dad making you think about it. Please like or subscribe. Get the Mass and pray the Daily Rosary. God bless you all.